Evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. And pardon any sync issues. Just getting the exciting part done on my side. Just getting all the screens so I can see everything. I mean, of course, I've got YouTube open, but I also have my Twitch chat room over on Twitch opened up. Because if you have a handle on Twitch, you have a chat room, and some folks watch the show, but they don't have a YouTube account. That's okay. I'm everywhere, so you guys don't have to be. Oh, what's up, Michael? Glad you made it. A happy belated birthday. I totally I know that you're a Taurus, and I know you're not anywhere near the cusp, and I totally forgot it was your birthday that day. It just I can't do anything after the show ends. So as much as I was like, hey, that guy's kicking it somewhere. I hope you had a great birthday. I just at 2 hours ahead of time is too not enough notice for me to do anything after. Quite frankly, I would have to know like 24 hours in advance and then like plan my caffeine accordingly, since it's been needing extra caffeine lately. I told you I bumped myself up to 400. That wasn't enough today, and I didn't realize that at the time, so I took an extra 200 and had a little bit of coffee with some keto brains in it. Oh, Michael, great. That's really nice. They did have a great birthday. Oh, that's good. That's great. I was gonna say I don't remember my birthday, but I was here live, so that was awesome. My problem is when I've had a little over 600 milligrams of caffeine, I do get a slight buzzing in my ear. I probably should have gone up to 500. Did not realize I was gonna be exhausted all day the way I usually have been. I thought like just gonna be going live for the show would wake me up more, but it here on the last little hour and a half it did. Oh, it's it's been a full week. I felt so weird all week because Frank did a Tuesday show, and I was like, wait, I had to check my calendar. I'm like, wait, the last two Tuesdays he's been off, so it was so weird to be at, quite frankly, on a Tuesday. And then it made the days week seem like on Wednesday I thought it was Thursday, and Thursday I thought it was Friday, and then on Friday it was still Friday. So it's done that to me this week. So that's felt odd, like I was rushing to get to the weekend. But there's other than the show, there's really nothing going on that I'm aware of, since it's very hard to concentrate and pay attention to things I would like to have my attention on, like even fun stuff for myself, not even just frankly stuff. But that's just the depression, so that's nothing to do with like keto brains or caffeine or coffee or quite frankly, or anything like that. That's just still been going on for over a month. But I'm working it out. I should have done this before. I should have made a sandwich yesterday, so it would have already been made today, so I didn't have to do any like prep time today. Because my knee was bothering me earlier. It got a little bit better, but like worst case scenario, I didn't want to be sitting here with no food in me, just running on caffeine. That's a sometimes you can give yourself a headache that way, and that's really no good. Oh, and then of course this always happens since Frank does his Monday streams in the morning. That Monday show at 7 p.m. feels like Tuesday for me, so the weeks feel longer. But this week is gonna be like not this last week that just like right now is today is May 10th, 2025. So I'm talking about next week. I'm kind of jumping ahead. because I've been going to quitefrankly.com to check his schedule that he just has up on the website. And it's been fluctuating a bit. I'm not going to look more than a week ahead because there's been changes already. It's right now it's looking like it is a full week, but something like Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, they all say the start times are 7:30. So it's, and I just put it in my own calendar because I going to quitefrankly.tv is so frustrating. It makes noise right away. There's all this movement. It's just pure stress. But yeah, Tuesday the 13th, Thursday the 15th, and then Friday the 16th. It all listed on his website. It's starting at 7:30. Now, before I said there had been a Saturday show for the 17th, that's completely gone. So that's just, never mind that. I don't really think it even came up here. Frank hasn't mentioned it on his show either. That's just what's up on the schedule on his website. So that's cool because if Frank's not doing a Saturday show, that means I don't have to go live a half an hour early. And it's just the one show, and then I'm, done for the rest of the night. So that's okay. Um, since the following week after that is when Frank's completely off, except for one day that'll be going live. So it's like right before things get busier, at least for myself. I wonder how that is for you guys. If there's always a show at 7 o'clock, it's just like I just go to a different channel, whatever. I still sit in the same chair, I still use the same device, whatever. It's all the same to me. But that's getting ahead. It is a full week. There's those late start times. I don't know why. I don't know if he's going to stick with it. He usually does tweet earlier that day, like just a reminder, the show tonight doesn't start until, so it's not like he won't put reminders out the day of. I just really hope he does like he did one day this week where the show did start half an hour later, but he went a half an hour longer, so he still got our 2 hours. Pardon me, Michael's asking, did Frank go live earlier today or was it just a test? He was live earlier, but it said it was a test. And then I went and looked back for it and it was just like deleted. So I think it literally just a test. So it's just, either deleted or just not available publicly. So it's not going to come up in a search, but he was, it looks like he was outside. This was around, uh, 2:30, 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. I'm not sure exactly how long it went on for. That was right around the time I was lying down thinking I needed extra caffeine because if I was that tired then, I just have to do the rest of this. I just was no. So but he was live talking about stuff, I guess. I really do think it is just a test because at the Friday show he was saying for Mother's Day, he may go live. I assume that's this weekend, just based off of what he said. And also, there's this trend that's been going on Tumblr for about a week or two now, and I didn't understand why until a few days ago. But it's like animals, well, with their mama. So it's like a baby, lion cub with the mama, or like just critters like that, and or like a little baby chick in with the hen mama, and it's like staying warm with mama or cuddling with mama. Like they're cute and all, but I didn't understand what that trend was about. And then it slowly dawned on me. Oh, sorry, you can't see that, but I can. Oh, Mother's Day is in May sometime for the assholes who can't remember their mother's birthday. So maybe that's why that's a trend on Tumblr. I hope they keep it up for the dads next month. So that's been going on. That's cute. So Frank's mentioned going live. I don't know when, sometime tomorrow. Just sometime. I don't know what his plans are for that day. He might. I would sort of count on it if the stream today did not count towards that. Just assuming. Oh, do I want to say this first? Nah, I can say that last. I wrote down so many notes. I don't know if this is all going to make sense or if I was just doing a lot of extra writing because it was so hard to focus, but I'm just going to dive into it and go. Oh, let me turn the phone on just in case. I forgot to turn it on last time. Since you can't actually call into the show, the phone number is listed in the description. I take it out of the description after the show's over because, well, I turn the phone number off when I'm not live because it's just for the show. And I don't need people calling that number at random times and leaving voicemails. I do not listen to voicemails. But it's, oh, King 40, glad you made it. But it's 419-359-8869. And nothing pops up on the screen. Nobody's going to see your name or your location or, nothing like that. It's literally just through my own personal phone. So this is going all the way back to Monday, the 5th of May 5th, 2025. Now this mess, now, okay, yeah. Actually, let me jump back a little bit farther because the day before on Sunday, the 4th, there was absolutely no notification for Grace Still Plays. John Rogers, glad you made it. And it was not a Tuesday. So, yes, he did upload that day. And it's zero notification anywhere. No chime, nothing. So, WTF. And then jump to Monday. Frank goes live for his 11 a.m. show. No YouTube notification. That fucking YouTube app. But anyway, it can't get its shit together. This is why you should have an alarm set on your phone for, quite frankly, because YouTube is either slow with the notifications or just does not. But this was earlier on in the day. I happened to be listening to my one of my favorite songs. I was listening to the 8-bit How Bad Do You Want Me. I don't usually listen to music in the morning, but I was. And I believe it was either right before Frank went live or right after he was live. But my phone chimes off for Buy Me a Coffee, so I immediately crack up because it makes that cha-ching sound. But it was Jenna. She donated. She said, "I hope your knee is feeling better. Cheers." So awesome. Yeah, it was before Frank went live because then she showed up and I told her thanks for the super chat there. So that was totally awesome of her. And yeah, actually, yeah, on Monday and Tuesday it was not feeling too bad. So that was nice. Oh, 3 dots. Glad you made it. And yeah, I do have it's not, YouTube super chat. So, Google is not getting 30%. It's in the description there. You've got a Venmo or Buy Me a Coffee, either one, whichever one you prefer to use. That's why I have them both. It all goes to the same place. You get your comment read on the air. Again, 30% does not go to Google. Your money stays in the United States. It doesn't go to hookers and blow, and you're supporting the channel. I really do think I'm going to take everything I've gotten for super chats, all that's going to go towards the P.O. box, depending how much that costs. Now, Frank was wearing his super light lavender, light pastel purple, yes, cacao shirt. Like when you're tan, colors are gonna make you look darker. It's really not exactly his. I appreciate the purple. It's not exactly his color. Just like I like the color gray. It's not everybody. It doesn't look good on everybody, but that's besides the point. I like the color anyway. Like light gray does not look good on me, but I still wear it anyway. So more power to him for wearing purple. You don't see a lot of straight guys wearing purple, so that was awesome. As Frank was on the phone, talking to us, doing his live stream, he gets a text from his neighbor. And I don't know which neighbor, but they was telling him, "Hey, Frank, move your car." Frank's like, what do you mean move my car? It's not in the way. And then I forgot somebody else brought this up. Like, Frank, you're supposed to play that clip you played from the other show, the It's Not in the Way song. And then I started thinking about that, and it's way too early in the morning for me to be laughing that hard. So I wish I could have laughed harder on it because that killed me when it first came up on that other show. King 40, why would anyone want to look darker? Exactly. What that's why my dark that's why I've got it darker. If I had a light background, it would make me look darker. Like if I was wearing a white shirt, it would make me look darker. That's why I got those giant hats. I'm not trying to get I'm dark enough. And then I've got to deal with this lighting so you can barely see me. It's not in the way. Frank totally forgot about that. Great moment. Wish I could have laughed harder on it at it. That was fun. But I don't notice this. Maybe it's because when I watch, I've got the TV. Frank's on the TV and not on like a phone or a tablet or anything else. But and Frank might do this during the show, but again, I don't notice it because I'm always playing him on the TV. But when he's live for his coffee streams, he's playing music or there's music playing in the background. And whatever it was, it just kept hitting this tone or this note that made just this enough of a high pitched noise. Not even that high pitch, but just it was making a consistent sound enough to fuck with my tinnitus. And then I started to have to turn the volume down. I couldn't hear anything Frank said because for some reason he's always got to play music in the background, like a certain race of people who always think they're being so cool by putting a beat behind everything, and it just makes it annoying as fuck. I wish he would stop it. You know, he doesn't know what it's like to not be able to hear, so he can't appreciate that fucks people off. And then King 40 Frank tries to look darker in the summertime. Watch, he'll do nothing but wear white shirts and talk about all the time he spends outside. Why do you tan when you have tattoos? Nobody can see the fucking tattoos. It's so fucking stupid. Joe, glad you made it. What's up, Dandy? Glad you made it in. Three Dots said some of my family is Sicilian. Them blending into the night brought us generational riches as long as they didn't smile during the during the theft. You know. But that's what I had asked Frank about it in the chat room, and he answered me back because this is when we figured out it was just some cord, like because there's that TV that's up on for you guys if you're sitting in the like say where Jay Gulanello sits, there's that TV up on the wall so you can see yourself. That's why everybody's always looking off to the side instead of at Frank like they're not paying attention. There's a TV up there. That's why. King 40, if it ain't white, it ain't right. I know that's right. Like it was literally just the cord from the TV, like to the computer, something like that. That's it. That's all it was. But they got it fixed, so Frank's monitors aren't switching around on him and just frustrating him the whole time. And then somebody brought this up, and again, it was too early for me to think, but somebody mentioned just like white undershirts. Like, when did that become a thing? It was a streetcar named Desire. I couldn't think of the Marlon Brando, but he was in that movie like just in his undershirt, and from then on, that's how all the guys wanted to dress because that's what the ladies wanted to see. So that's when you started seeing that more acceptable because it was sort of considered underwear the same way like that's why men wore vests when they're wearing their suit because suspenders were considered underwear. Nobody's supposed to see those. That's why you have the vest on. That's why it's funny when you can see Harpo Marx's suspenders like, oh, that's underwear. So that's what that's about. I do kind of have to watch a streetcar named Desire. If you know Dark Shadows, you'll understand why. It's literally just for one line I'm doing in the review. I just want to get the inflection right. But speaking of Dark Shadows, since I have had that box set for a year, and we do have a week of shows, live shows coming up, not next week, but the week after. And considering the fact I'm more than halfway through the series, I'm on 600. Um, when did I stop? 625. So a series that has 1,245 episodes. I'd say I'm about halfway through, so that's as good a time as any to start reviewing. I just don't know how I'm going to incorporate it. I can't just upload videos because those don't do as well as my live shows, so I would have to do it live. But it's not like I can go live an extra day. There's really no extra other time for me to go. Like, I can't go live after, quite frankly, when I'm asleep. I can't go before, quite frankly, because I wouldn't be able to see. I can't do anything before this, but you get it. So I think what's going to end up happening is I might just end up doing half and half, where like I'll be live for my 2 hours, but about an hour of it I'll start covering Dark Shadows. So you might want to start getting into that. I do have the link in the description. It is on Tubi for absolutely free. It's broken into two parts. They've got the first 209 episodes. It's called Dark Shadows, the beginning. And then episode 210 and all the rest of it is Dark Shadows, no subtitle. Just because there was a cast change, so that's the reason they have those, that they have it separated as such. If you buy the box set, you get the whole thing, but that's an investment nowadays. So it really depends how much you need to get your fix. Dale, Quentin was my favorite. He's saying nice. I was gonna ask you who your favorite character was. So yeah, if you want, I mean, like, I guess you can follow along if you have no idea what the show's about. But if you want some idea about what I'm talking about, it is a half-hour soap opera. These are 21, 22-minute long episodes. You can marathon them like a motherfucker. You really, that's what I did. Not this last winter, but the winter before. So you can speed through them. You can take your time with them. I think I might have to like rewatch what I've already watched just to make sure my notes line up, because it was different doing, say the first handful of episodes versus now. And then I remembered I've got notes from when I watched it last, back in 2024. And I think I started like around episode 900. So I'm kind of already like almost done with all of my notes if I think about it. But I realize I'm farther along. Three dots, who said black? Sicilian sunsets were dark clay in color. Ooh, nifty. Yeah, Quentin's one of my favorites too. No spoilers. So yeah, I mean, like not today. Arden, what's up? I don't know if you just caught me saying we're gonna have to start getting into Dark Shadows very quickly, since I'm about halfway through reviewing the series, taking notes, and just with like the week of shows I'll be getting to do in a couple of weeks here, I'm gonna start feeding that into the channel like I promised I would. So that's gonna be coming up. If you want to know what's going on, watch Dark Shadows on Tubi. They've got some of it on Pluto TV, but not all of it. It's like episode 210 through episode 858. They don't have all of it. It's so odd, but it like Tubi has every single last thing. They've got some extra stuff that I haven't watched yet. That's there. Check it out. If you don't want spoilers, if you do, that's where you'll be getting them. It's odd where I'm at in the show. I think one character's about to leave, but then they're in the beginning of the series, so they're still around for me. So yeah, that'll be coming up um, this month. And what's up to Wally if he's with you? Now, Monday, 7 p.m. show, notification was on time. I don't know what was wrong at 11 a.m. They couldn't get it together, but suddenly at 7 p.m. we got the notification. Great. And that's where it was. We were there for that Monday the 8th. The show started at 7:30. Right now on quitefrankly.com, he has listed like this coming Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday starting at 7:30. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if we're going to get an extra half an hour that day. I don't know why so many shows are starting so late. How much T-ball can these children be playing? I don't know. I don't know. I want an answer on Monday because it doesn't make any sense to me now. There needs to be some logic behind this, or it's kind of pissed me off. But that just is how it is. So it's just some shows are just going to be starting later. Hmm. Who was there a guest on Monday? Dandy said I'm one quarter Italian. Oh, Jenna, glad you made it. Jenna, I read your super chat from earlier. Thank you. Oh, Three Dots just got his N-word card. Just don't drop it with the hard ER. I really do need to start writing down context because my memory is just getting worse. I wrote down Eric Rommel asked how much does he weigh, but I forget if someone was on. Oh no, yeah. Erica did ask how much does he weigh, and then John Volt said 250, and I don't know how tall he is. And then Erica said your cat. John Volt and his wife got a cat. I don't know if he has a last name, but that's what they were talking about. How much does he weigh? I don't know, 250. Oh, Chris, glad you made it. What's up? It was fine in here all day, and suddenly it's humid like it's gonna rain outside. I don't know what it is. I'm not any more nervous. But this is something else John Bolt said. He said PBS is the New York Times on TV, and NPR is the New York Times on radio. Didn't know that. Okay. It's just all New York Times bullshit. Yeah, Chris says, yo, fam, long time no see. Hope everyone's good. Also, hit that like button, fam. Yep, thanks, man. Oh, and then this was great. It's when you have bad hearing, run with it. Because what I first heard was Frank saying I was lying down drunk, which would be him. He cannot handle his liquor. But what he actually said was he was lying down drum tracks. And this must have been when it was. I didn't write it down, but must have been what it was. He was playing this beat, what like some he's like this is what we're gonna use, and so he started playing it. And my first thought was Government Hooker by Lady Gaga from Born This Way, 2011. So it starts with this. I want to say beeping. It's not exactly a beeping. It sounds like Government Hooker. Just look that up. It sounds like that. So I don't know if Frank's doing a remix of it. Of course, anything on Born This Way is great. Jenna said, I looked out my front door yesterday morning while it was raining and saw a $20 bill under my doormat. Wigged me out as I was afraid to touch it. Then I went a short time ago and saw another 20 lying. Uh, Money tree. Or I know they say if you find like $100 bill in your wiper blade, you're not supposed to touch it because like they're trying to get you to like stop and touch it and like abduct you, or maybe there's chemicals on it or something. But with my broke ass, I would just probably like get a tissue or a plastic bag and like take it and then save it and then put it through the washer and then spend it. So it's King 40, everyone has an N word card, gay saying N word, no one gets to dictate your speech. I mean, especially if it's rap lyrics, I'm not going to change. I never gender swap a song. So, in that same line of reasoning, why would I change words in a song? You know how many like lyrics are in a rap song? It's more than a regular song. You can't just like stop in the middle and change one word because you're allowed to say it because it's part of the song. It's not like you're just like saying it like calling somebody a name. It's artistic. Like there's a difference between just walking around naked or streaking or something versus what like tasteful nudity. Jen, I have no idea who gave me the money. LOL kind of pisses me off. What like keep taking it just to see what happens? Like can you set up a camera and like put it there? Is a week gonna go by? Then somebody's gonna knock on your door asking to borrow $100. Do you see $20 on here? No, I've never seen a $20 bill in my life. What's it worth? Why can't I ever find money like that? Oh, Frank does have a premiere. It's just a premiere. He's not going live. It's a premiere at 8 p.m. Cult leader claims to be quote successor of Jesus. Something he's already covered on the show. That's what that is. He's not going live. Jenna, my camera didn't pick up anyone. Oh, okay, even better. This is getting into creepy pasta territory. I like it. Uh, Oh, okay. Now you got to figure out what time is it happening at like 3 a.m. Does it like it only happens when it's foggy out? Like it only happens like yeah. Every time I watch this one video, I hear a noise, and I look outside, and then I see this. So, Arden, just back from Florida, tanning is popular even with tattooed people. That makes no fucking sense at all. Like you spend all that time and all that money sitting there letting some weirdo color on you just to cover it the fuck up. That would be like me getting my hair dyed and then wearing it underneath a hat all the time. What is the point? Like you know what's there, but nobody cares what you know. So no, it's the camera doesn't care about what it can't see. Kind of the same with people, so it doesn't matter. Like the more you can't see that your tattoo, the dumber you are for getting it. Like I think I mentioned back tattoos. Why get something you're only ever going to see in reverse in a changing room? Can you feel it back there? What else could you have done with that money? How else could you have spent your time? Chris Six, I wonder if it's possible to scrape enough dollar bills to get a line of Coke. My luck, it would be a line of stripper ass LMAO. Ew. Like, this is a thong. God damn it. Oh, Three Dots chupacabras are known to hold 20s and drop them around like Mexican leprechauns with gold coins. Dude, I gotta go back to the hood where I saw that chupacabra. Maybe this was somebody's handle, New York short timer. Oh, we owe you, Bill Cooper. What's up over on Twitch? A $100 bill on my windshield would have me looking around my truck for damage. I know that's right. Like shit, I'm looking for all like I know the scratches and bumps on my car. Let me look for something else. You son of a. Would be great to have all of these cult leading Jesus fight it out one on one for supreme cult Jesus. Yeah, no, like all these people who think like I'm God, I'm Jesus, I'm the like spoken Messiah of my. Okay, let's get you all together like the Josh fight, but don't bitch out at the end. All you guys get together, fight club it out, have your tears, and then like the toughest guy gets to be top Jesus. Jenna, who's the asshole in Frank's chat on Friday? I don't know. That person's been coming around. They used the word to make me think that they're in the UK, and then I asked them, but I don't know if they answered me back because they didn't tag me. And I often ask a question and immediately forget what I've said, and so unless I see my own name said back at me, I forget that I'm waiting for an answer. I don't know, but that guy's kind of on thin ice, Jenna. Like we don't quite know you like that for you to be that mad at Frank. But yes, is Frank Rita's chat room? Clearly, you haven't been here very long. You should know Frank doesn't know how to read. That's why he puts on that big front with the book club. Arden said, I'm up to rewatching Dark Shadows 292. I should have grabbed my other notebooks. Oh, 292. I'm wondering if Dr. Julia Hoffman, actress, is a man. Square jaw, low voice, wears a scarf around her neck. They piss me off. Grayson Hall is who we're talking about. I've mentioned The Night of the Iguana. She's in this. Virgo. It pisses me off with her because in real life she's like a girl with like a husband, had children. But on the show, I feel like especially when they go back in time, sorry, spoilers, I feel like they pad out her middle to make her not have a shape. What's up, Moon Bunny? Glad you made it. It's like I realize everybody's skinnier back then. It's like the late 60s. So like everybody's drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes. So they're like up. That like they've got energy. And like even though all these girls are very small, like if they have a chest at all, any kind of figure, that they do make some attempt to like show it off, even though there was like the whole androgyny thing going on in the 60s, they do still try to make the women look like women. But then you get to Julia Hoffman, like, okay, so like she's like maybe like older than say a Victoria Winters, of course, but it's like they like I don't know this woman's body, like so like she's not huge in the chest, but it seems like let they just fill her out in the middle, like so she has like there's no curve, no nothing, just straight up and down. Like that can't be her real body. It's just it pisses me off. So I've been seeing it so much, it bothers me. Like what I shouldn't be thinking about what's underneath a woman's clothing this much. It's kind of gay. Like, and I'm not trying to be like I'm not checking her out in a sexual way. I'm wondering about the undergarments. Like why are you shaped this way? Like, I want to watch your other films. Like, do you look like this in all your movies? Why just her? Why just her? They don't do this with Joan Bennett. They don't do this with any of like the actresses who are like, let's say, of a certain age. To be polite, so I love these ladies, but why do you do? I don't. Jenna Gabriel is new to QF and he's from Dabu's chat. Good to see him. I have seen a Gabriel around. Okay. Oh, Chris, yeah, I did say hi to Twitch. I just have I'm not dual streaming, but if you have a Twitch handle, you have a chat room. So I've just have Nikki M. Carlin on Twitch opened up. We owe you Bill Cooper's over there. Um, just to if I was gonna simulcast somewhere, I would simulcast to Twitch because I like them. Arden noticed it too. Yeah, I don't know what because there's something about Grayson Hall, like it's nothing I could ever imitate. Just the way this lady is, just like she's like in character. She is on. Nobody else can act like that. She's just so sincere and twitchy and genuine and just everywhere and just everything all the time. You can't pinpoint this lady. She's been smoking too many cigarettes and drinking too much coffee. I love her for it. She's so great. Um, I just why would you like of all the people to like they make Spanx for men nowadays. But you go back in time, why would you not want this woman to not? It's not like Judy Garland in The Wizard of Oz. They're trying to like strap down her breast because she was, 16 playing a 12-year-old. Like this is an adult woman playing an adult character. Like we already, I don't know. I can't say too much without getting into like spoiler territory. Is it a personal choice? I don't know. I don't know. It's just the one, and I shouldn't be looking at her like there's other guys and other girls I'd rather be looking at. No homo. God damn, it just it bothers me. And it can't be comfortable. Like, don't ask me how hot it is in there. And then like, you're all strapped up and you got all this on and you can't sweat. And like everybody's makeup, even the men, it's like that thick. You can almost see how it. Sorry, I'm getting way off a subject. Just it bothers me. Now I'm sweating. King 40, the 60s is when fags started becoming way too prevalent. They just started to let things go a little bit too much. Love 60s style, love it. Gets a little bit too much brown, that things get kind of 70s. Jenna said, I look at pretty females, like same. I'm like not in like a I want to like take your clothes off and touch you kind of way, but like some girls just like you like, oh my god, like where'd you get that push-up bra? I don't wear my tits like that, but like wow, great bra, where'd you get it? A great job on your makeup. But then like that, she's gonna think I'm a fag. I'm not hitting on you, woman. Just fuck up. I'm sorry I said anything. And then like you can't compliment a girl with a lot of makeup because she's too insecure. So you just gotta walk away. I don't know how guys put up with it. I don't have to. Wait, Bill Cooper. Wait, what? I could be wearing Spanx for men right now. Damn it. Yeah, they do. Josh Gad. So this was back in 2014 when I saw this. He was doing press for I think it was when it was on a 1600 pen. That's when Bill Pullman was president for the second time. But he like lifts up his shirt and it's just like but it was completely covered. It just looked like spandex, but it was just kind of like keeping everything in. That not they're instead of Spanx, they're called Manx with an M. Jenny, yeah, they came out of the closet, yeah. And like dykes dig me, and I'm really not trying to get more lesbians up my ass. I'm not into that. I'm not going to be the man of the relationship. Art, yeah, the fashion and hair are awesome in Dark Shadows. You're going to see some of the best, like sexiest, but most well put together men and women. And you're also going to see some of the craziest fucked up haircuts, some of the worst patterns of clothing you have ever seen. And I'm into haute couture. I know I'm not pronouncing that correctly. I'm not saying it the French way. I'm just saying it so you can understand. So I understand high fashion. I understand ready to wear. I understand the whole spectrum. But then you watch this show, and there are times I'm going to have to stop the entire interview and just to be like, what the fuck? No, seriously, why? If I was on set that day, no, that would not have flown. Like we are losing money on this day because of that outfit. Wait up. I love everybody's like Lego hair in the 60s, nothing moved. Jenna, if they're wearing nice things, they want attention, so I'm not afraid to look. Yeah, that too. If somebody like looks like they're like dressing that way on purpose, like yeah, I'm gonna give them a compliment. It just really depends on the day and the person and all that. Jenna, I had a gay lady call me enchanting at a bar, lol. Aw. It's like, girl, I know, right? Get away from me. William Bill Cooper. I remember President Pullman, Keck, yep. Now I didn't see. I know they did an Independence Day. Maybe it was called Resurgence. I'm talking about the one from 1996. King 40. I don't like lesbians. They are competition trying to scoop the chicks I am going after. Now, since I have been doing these shows for a year, I couldn't say exactly when, but that's my major thing about lesbians is like, never mind that I'm not gay, and there's very few lipstick lesbians, but it's the fact that they have no manners. They're very rude. They're very forward. It's not like I think they just think they're like cutting to the chase, and they think that's like cool and makes them more like hey, I really want this chick. Comes off very rude, extremely rude. I've never met a well mannered lesbian who was also hitting on a chick. That those things do not intersect. Jenna, my mom had a gay guy friend, and he would say, "Let's go to the beach and check out guys." LOL. He was a fun guy. Yeah, that's why gay guys are great because you can just talk about other guys. Like, oh my god, look at him. Is that Prada? Oh my god, he's wearing Prada. Like stuff like that. Lesbians are angry things. They are, Erica. Yes, they are totally pissed off. You need dick in your life. Full stop. Not plastic, not silicone, not Wi-Fi enabled, not whatever kind of gadgets and things and stuff you're putting down there. No, like real human penis. And you're not getting it. That's why you've got the attitude. Then you go home and fight with your girlfriend. Wonder how long it took me to get back to this point. But NY Short Timer said that Pee Wee is like Bugs Bunny for adults. We all miss Pee Wee Herman. We owe you Bill Cooper. Lesbians get a lot done in a day. I mean, like I've worked with some, like they're okay to like work with if they're just like nothing sexual going on, just like doing a job. That's fine. But they just don't know how to. Who do they learn manners from? Their dad, their mom. Jenna, he could decorate a house to make it look like $1,000,000. He was talented with decor. I love how the gays can design just insides like that. That is so amazing. Dill, there's a lesbian couple two doors down from us. They are totally rude. Do you hear them arguing at night? You were supposed to pick up the Astroglide, you fucking bitch! I told you I would get it tomorrow! Shut the fuck up, you fish taco eating cunts. I don't understand. It sounds boring. It sounds boring as hell. Like just to be a woman and then have to deal with that again. Like, oh look, double the bras, double the time of the month, double the chocolate, double the wine. Meanwhile, we have all of these jars of pickles that can't be opened and all this stuff on top shelves that we can't reach. And one of us is gonna have to learn how to fix a car. And why does it always smell like seawater in here? I don't even know what kind of music they listen to. Like I like, like my Lady Gaga, my Madonna, my gay dance music. I don't know what lesbians listens to. Not at all. Like I've seen lesbians in the gay bar. That's as close as I need to get. Inconsiderate and not plugged in. Sorry for the noise. Pardon any lag. Please don't freeze. Dill was saying that they're inconsiderate and entitled. Three dots. I played a gay guy one summer while visiting a new town. Never had so much pussy in my life. Can we say pussy here? Yeah, you sure can. Erica, yeah, too much estrogen. Dill's fucking Adova Dandy. They do. Oh my god. Lesbians meet, get married, and divorced all in one day. My god. Chris, on the plus side of being gay, if you find somebody your size, extended wardrobe, y'all. Yep, that's true. And we have elderly lesbian neighbors. The tall butch one squires around. The short feminine one. They seem they're sweet to each other. Oh, that's nice. They get along. Jenna, my daughter came out of the closet about 5 years ago. We were shocked. I don't care if you talk gay stuff. Wow, it's okay. I just don't. I just don't understand the other side of it. It's not that somebody is not allowed to be a lesbian. I just don't get it. Um, what do you look at? What do you do when you go to have sex? Because you can't. There's like just parts you need if you're gonna have sex with a lady that you weren't born with. Um, that I don't know. That sounds boring. I mean, like I've got my own fingers, so what? I just I don't understand. And anybody can go and buy I don't know cucumbers, but isn't that some kind of like bestiality is when you have sex with an animal? What is it called when you start having sex with vegetables? Don't want to know. William Bill Cooper, Indigo Girls. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the kind of music they like. They make that stuff. William Bill Cooper, now boring hearing it through an apartment wall. Cack. Don't they have 5 boys, twins, triplets from IVF? The whole family is a hot mess. Definitely. Jen, I have 2 granddaughters too, so I was blessed. Oh yeah, yeah. I won't allow that trans stuff. Yeah, that's totally like there's being gay, being lesbian. Then there's the other stuff. No, that's completely different. That's when TikTok gets involved, and knives and surgery. Jenna, my daughter is the bitch. Yeah. What kind of music does she listen to? Did you start wearing more plaid? Is that a stereotype? You remember phone books? That was just the stalker book because it just had everybody's phone number in it. We just got used to that showing up on our doorstep. That was all Monday. Tuesday. I think people were speculating about Leo Zagami's sign, his sun sign. We've had people said Aries, people said Taurus. Somebody just said air sign. Somebody else said Libra. Um, None of those are my guesses. I don't know. I really I don't I really couldn't. He does kind of he's a little bit confrontational. Like he can get like excited. It makes me think fire. That's as close as I'm gonna get to it. Oh, Jenna, cool. Yeah, she listens to metal, country mostly. You can't really tell by looking at her that she's gay. I mean, like it's totally fine if women are gay. Like be as like it like love pussy as much as you want, but don't hit on me. That's just it. No, I don't want any. You're wasting my time. 3 dots. He's a Cancer. Is Leo a Cancer? Because usually folks named Leo, they're either Leos or Virgos. Like the mom was so stubborn about changing the name and just had the baby a couple days later. She's like, I'm not changing this fucking name. We already got stuff embroidered. Aren't you? Shouldn't he be a Leo? Like with a name like that? Like at least a fire sign. You can't be a water sign and your name's Leo. Like, no, well, we'll have to sit you down and have a discussion about that. That does not fly. Chris, something I'm going to be able to tell my kids when I was a kid, white pages wasn't something you dodged into dark mode. Yeah, I know that's right. Yeah. Jenna said, I saw someone say he was a Libra. Yeah, he does dress very nice. There is that too. Maybe that's why him and Frank kind of butt heads a little bit because they're like, because if Leo is a Libra and then Frank's an Aries, those signs are opposites. Hmm. And then yeah, Arden's a Cancer. I don't know. Did you get Cancer vibes from Leo? I can't always tell when somebody's a Capricorn, so it's okay if you can't tell. Okay, I wrote down 7:24 p.m. because I was thinking of Leo's pocket square, and that's right when he touched it. Oh, and Leo, he has an owl like a bookshelf, like a book holder, book stop. So it's like, what's the owl's name? Just kind of being a smartass, just to ask. But then Lance Lucifer said he's like, well, obviously the owl's name is Fly. I should have seen it coming. Dandy, my half sister, is named Wednesday, born on a Wednesday. Now, hmm. They could have named her Saturday. Just so, what day were you born on? Wednesday. I mean, like at least like is she like properly named after like just the day of the week and not the Adams Family character? Or and I have a friend named September, born in September. uh, I guess that's not so like like somebody named June and they're born in June. So I guess. Okay, that's a little bit silly, but I heard that Romans named Decimus were born in December and Marcus born in March, etc. Wow. I've never heard of that, but that makes total sense. Wow. So say Marcus Aurelius, we could assume is a like a Pisces or an Aries, for example. I like that. That's gonna make me relook at Roman history now. Thanks for telling me that. Oh, this is why Leo Zagami's awesome. He hates AI, hates Chat GPT based. He's getting into heaven faster than the folks that use that evil shit. Jenna, break time. Yep. Uh, Arius, born in April, and so on. Spelled Arius in case my pronunciation is bad. But Frank was not wearing pants on Tuesday. We could see he was wearing shorts. He had a black t-shirt on and gray shorts. They were shorts. They were not pants. Woo! You know. And there was some discount Negan cult leader in a black beanie. That must be the thing that Frank's gonna premiere. So Negan from The Walking Dead. That's Jeffrey Dean Morgan. After a diet, they made that man lose some weight to be on that show. Not saying he was fat before, but they made him slim down. And then he's standing around in Georgia wearing a leather coat, so I'm sure he was very comfortable. Talking about that cult leader guy. Yeah, I remember it now because it's like he paid all these people to like sit around and like watch him talk because no audience anywhere pays attention to a speaker that closely. I don't care if you paid to see him. I don't care if they're a comedian. I don't care if you're at a concert. Not that many people are just staring straight ahead, not looking away, not scratching, itching, looking at their phone. Everybody was just staring straight at this man. Looked fake as fuck. But he's up there talking about all these miracles he's performed, and then these people get up there. Oh, this man performed this miracle. He saved my life. He saved me from losing my house. He saved my brother from death. Somebody else, some guy gets up there. He raised my wife from the dead. Then Twee Girl said, yeah, cut to his wife. He raised me from the dead. They should have done that. They should have been so serious, put that one bit in there, and then been serious for the whole rest of it. It expected us not to laugh. Like either make the joke or we're gonna make fun of you. Like, either if you don't make your own joke, we're gonna take that control away from you and make it funnier. Chris, I knew someone named Wednesday May, but born on the Friday in August. Hey, wait a minute. That's how you know they were in the witness protection program. I always wondered about this. Why is Liza Minnelli's middle name May when she was born in March? The answer's got to be out there somewhere. I don't know. I don't know if that was Judy's idea. I don't know if that was her dad's idea. Like May. Wait, she's a Pisces. You're way off. Oh, but this is when Frank was deciding he should just make, quite frankly, a church to avoid the taxes. Perfect, perfect. That's easier. That's probably easier than changing his legal name to, quite frankly. Now, Leo Zagami, this is starting a whole thing because he's written 12 books, and so he, like, I assume those were his books in the background, and then he shows us his most recent one. But joke's on him. I don't know how to read. But he must have this whole big wild adventure backstory that I just do not know because I only know him from, quite frankly, talking about like his son is just like missing, like abducted or something. Like maybe he joined into the army. It was just taken. He's just MIA, something like that. That's sort of what I understood from what Leo was saying. And then his wife's Israeli. I was like, what? But it was like at the end of the interview, so it's like, what am I hearing? What am I don't know if I heard that right, but I get it's I guess it's right enough to write down and say it in front of you guys. I'm like, I don't know. This man just has some wild backstory, and he might not even be a Leo. He's not a cat. I don't know, but I like him though. I like him. Or yeah, maybe a relative's name. Yeah, it could be, or like like your best friend's middle name, or something like that, or you just like the way it sounds. Like, hey, that's got a nice ring to it. So it's not like it's okay. It's not like when somebody's got like say a regular first name and last name, and then their middle name is just the dumbest word you've ever seen. Like, why would you do that to a child? Goodness gracious. Arden, actually, L. Ron Hubbard already thought of turning his business into a church to avoid tax. He we'll learn from his mistake, and whatever he did wrong, we'll do right. Pardon the coughing. I have not smoked today. I'm sober. Wednesday, Frank had his dark gray t-shirt. I like that shirt. It seems like a new character. I'm glad it's coming around. Yeah, BX Investigates was on. I couldn't remember too much about her, but she's like Tracy Beans in the way that she has like the purple going on in the background. So she's cool for that. And then somebody in the chat room said this because she was on about something. Again, I don't know these people outside of their appearances, quite frankly. But they kept mentioning the 764 cult. I've never heard of it before, but then somebody said that the 764 cult of Nine Angels is behind the Smiley Face murders. You guys have heard of that? I was like, oh, it's all coming together. I wonder if anybody else has made that connection. That is so cool. Jenna Hubbard is not a good person. Yeah, like, wait a minute. One to go to. Glad you made it. And there's this Christie Zagami Confessions of an Illuminati Princess, self-published 2018. Maybe it's a common last name. Chris, oh, my poor son's first and middle is different. That's okay. Like your kids don't have like weird like names like Chris's children don't. Some people just have a like you like Tom Smith, but then you've got some weird middle name that needs some kind of explanation, like, oh, it was my great great grandfather's. Then he got his foot cut off, but then he sewed it back on, and it's and then they start like they say using it online. It's like, stop using that word. Art, ooh, Scientology. Yeah, like minus the perverted stuff. We're not into like the cults and the touching children and grooming and all that kind of stuff. Now this dude called in. He was so full of shit. This is why I need people like me around. Because this guy called in talking about, oh, I've been watching the show since 2015. Back when you were on YouTube, and then you had to go off of YouTube, and something like that, and you could tell from the look on Frank's face, like, what? And I'm sitting there thinking, dude, you sound like you had a bad dream and imagine what you're talking about, because I don't know. He must have been tripping on acid, because back in 2015, Frank was still on Ustream doing Zadalza. There was no, like, there was a, quite frankly, but it wasn't 5 days a week. And it was not something he did regularly. It was like a once in a while thing. Zadalza was the regular thing, twice a week on Ustream. And Frank said it, and I'll say it here. Frank did not take, quite frankly, to YouTube until 2016. So I don't know what that guy was smoking. And then he didn't know that there's a call screener. He doesn't know about Nick the call screener. So I don't know what the hell that guy was smoking. And then we had somebody call in right afterwards. And this guy, his name was Travis. And he knew all the stuff I was just saying. So this guy must have been around almost as long as I have. So the shout out to Travis, no last name. He knows the shit. He must have been a Frankly for a minute. Jenna, I was really disappointed when I heard Dr. Berg was a Scientologist. He and his wife. Ooh, not good. Very, very bad. Very bad things. Yikes. Chris Dick Van Dyke. Now that's a name that I should have just named him. Penis fan lesbian. Yeah. Try to go get your how do you like say enlist in the military with a name like that, or like try to get into any, like, you're not going to be the CEO of a company with a name like that. Just like you're not going to be the CEO of a company if your first name is Blaze. Your loser ass stoner parents. Oh, this is what it was. Some dude had called in and left a voicemail talking about like, yeah, if I could go back to 1995, something about I divorced my first wife and go to Vegas and get hookers and blow. That's what the hookers and blow thing was that I couldn't remember from last week. It was from that guy's voicemail. That's speakpipe.com / quite frankly, it's just voicemail that's online, and it's only something like we worked it up before, maybe 90 seconds. So if you have to tell a story, spend about 70 seconds of it setting up the story. That way you get cut off in the last 20 seconds, so your message is funny. Dill said to Jenna, I know, right? I like him, but Scientology bothers me too. Arden said I knew Dr. Berg was Scientologist, but shocked also when I found out a couple of years ago, asking me, did I ever see Dr. Berg's son's videos on YouTube? This is never heard of this person before. I don't even know what he looks like. What are they? Are they like a real doctor, like Dr. Pepper? Does he play video games? Creepy pastas. I don't watch the Frank Staley current events thing I watch. Willie Fixit called in. He's sober when he calls in. He said it, Frank. He said it to Frank that he's sober when he calls in. Every time. Willie Fixit. And then he also said he's been watching the show for 40 years. I said, you know what, that makes sense, because I've been watching, quite frankly, for about 50 years now. That tracks. I'm glad he said something. Jenna said he was pretty much disowned. Oh, Arden saw. He does health and nutrition videos. Oh, good for him. Oh, Jenna said he's into keto and he's a real doctor. Oh, he's a chiropractor. Oh, cool. Yeah, like my chiropractor, except he's like my guy's not a pervert Scientologist. Chris, Dr. Feel Good, Dr. Love. Yeah. Probably should watch some nutrition videos. But that time I saw that list of like here are the symptoms of people who are like malnourished, and it was like the dry skin and the hair falling out and the tiredness and then like something about bad vision and these other things. And I have those for other reasons. Thank you very much. Like I'm in this picture and I don't like it meme. Hey. Uh Wednesday, yeah, we go to morning sickness mat after, quite frankly, on the first Wednesday of every month. This is a year of Frank doing these guest spots over at Matt Christensen's. Nobody brought that up. I did. Nobody else did. But Han shot first. He's a Frankly, but he was also over at MS Matt. I hate when people are more clever than me. He said early and heterosexual. I love it. And this really happened. We show up, like I said, Frank was wearing a dark gray t-shirt, like same kind of collar as this, dark gray, not today's Satan, just dark gray. So we show up and there's morning sickness Matt wearing a dark gray t-shirt, same kind of collar. And we're pointing it out, and right away he's like, "No, I didn't coordinate with Frank. I promise I didn't." And we're like, "Sure, you didn't. Sure, you didn't. Whatever." I'm not buying that. He dressed up like Frank for the 1 year anniversary. It was fun. I had so much fun there. I did not want to leave when Frank left, but my back was killing me. I was exhausted by that time. It was so much fun. I did not want to go, and then after the show ended, it ended up being like an hour and 45 minutes long. I hope everybody had fun. I was having a blast, but just pain age. All that stuff. It was a great time. I'm so glad he does those. I've been to 11 of them. It's fun. John Rogers, if you watch Zoso Dude's show, you will see a picture of Willie Fixit and TL Spud at the beginning of the show. Oh, I'll have to check that out. I don't know what Willie Fixit looks like. Jenna said, I think I see Willie on Jim Lee's show too. Now, Willie Fixit does call into Jim Lee's show. I've been there for it. It's great. I haven't been to Jim Lee's show in a while, but then Jim Lee hasn't been doing a whole lot of shows lately because he's busy. It was crazy. I was thinking about him one night, then he went live. John Rogers and BMGK. Oh, sweet. Oh, Jenna Dr. Burke is a Scientologist. His son left the church. Well, I'm glad he realized it was bad. Thursday's show. Pardon me. There's Frank. He's in his dark gray t-shirt, and like this camera was like sort of turned a little bit. You couldn't exactly see the door. You could more see that dresser that's behind him. And like that's gray. He's wearing gray. Like the picture behind him is black and white. He's got like say dark books up on that shelf, white lights, very grayscale. Like if it wasn't for his skin color, it would look like a black and white photo. Nothing wrong with that. I like the color gray. But then Rich Barris was the guest. And Rich is wearing, now Rich's background, it's like the soundproofing that's black. And then like at the very, very top of the wall, it's white, but it's literally just like, like this much at the very top. The rest of his background is pure black, and he's wearing a black shirt. So you've got Frank there with like the gray dresser and the gray walls and like the black and white photo, and he's got his gray shirt on, and then you got Rich Barris with his black shirt on and his black background and the white up here, and of course his microphone is black. Like there was not any color to be seen. It's like we're watching a film from 1929. Like, is this a talkie? Like this is the most grayscale shot. It was funny to notice. Like, wait a minute. Is there any color in this? What? And then we get to see a picture of Rich Barris from his website, and it doesn't look like him because like myself, it looks like he's slept. It looked like they took away the dark circles under his eyes. We're like, holy shit, that's not him. John Rogers, that's right. BMGK is kissed as is listed as Bad Bad Zoo. Yeah, that's where I knew that from. Art and Dr. Berg's son got on Dad's computer and posted about how shitty Dad is because Dr. Berg is a Scientologist, as I recall. John Rogers, that's okay. Yeah, my phone was acting a bit funny too. Oh, and apparently they picked a new pope. The pope's at first I thought they picked Leo Zagami as pope because the pope's name is Leo. So I was like, wow, I I guess he's Catholic. I don't know. I just know it's a man in a dress, and I don't trust men in dresses. But it's not Leo Zagami. It's just whoever they chose for Pope chose the name Leo, and then Leo Zagami's pissed off about it. Dude, tell me, because bitches choose the name Nikki or Nikki M all the time. So he's feeling what I feel, but it just happened the once. It's not everywhere online for him. And then Canada, I did not know this, has bags of milk. Like I don't know if it's is it like a balloon? Is it like a plastic grocery bag and it's open? Is it how like do you wear it around like your waist like a cow? Does it how does the milk come out? Do you have to puncture it with a straw? Is it like a sun kissed? I don't know. But I and then I think it was Twee Girl I was talking to because she's Canadian, and she's like, "Well, you can buy these jugs to put the milk in at the house." And I'm thinking, here's a crazy idea. I'm like, why don't they just sell the milk in jugs? And she said they do. I was like, oh, I thought it only came like in bags, like the one way. Wally, do I trust men in kilts? Yes. If you're a fella and you're wearing it's a skirt if you're wearing underwear. If you take off the underwear, it becomes a kilt. You're okay. Kilts, yes. Dresses, no. One buddy, yeah, like Ziploc bags, like you go to the dope man and get like a like a baggie of powder and a bag of milk. Yo, hook me up with some of that 2%. That's my shit. Gotta mainline this shit. Three dots. Rich's background is Caucasian chic. He only sleeps for 3 or 4 hours a night, and one of his parents were hummingbirds, so that's why he's got that kind of energy. Follow him on Twitter. The man tweets like he tweets more than anybody else. It's insane. Art said, "I love men in kilts. Damn straight." One buddy, I remember that was from the early '80s. Milk in a bag. Yeah, just figure out some kind of shape to it. Is this what you fucking Timothy Gordon, this motherfucker, the guy who makes the kissy face at Frank the whole time and worships his electric company more than Jesus, and he still has not figured out his own fucking set because he's got that orange light there that just flashes on the desk for the whole fucking time. It's just like satanic flashing orange light. And then this reminds me of something I saw in that Netflix series about JonBenet Ramsey. This is similar to what happened because Timothy Gordon talks normally, but he had to say the word pedo, like pedophile. But he didn't say pedo. He didn't say pedo as if he was from the UK. He pronounced it paydo. Pay hyphen DOE. Like pay somebody money, female dear. Why would that be the one word you're pronouncing incorrectly? I'm suspicious of that. If you watch the Gemini Ramsey thing on Netflix, I don't work for Netflix. I'm not trying to get you to like watch it. So if you can watch for free, watch it. But watch that whole thing. The whole time they're talking to the dad, says everything normally like a regular person, talks just like you and me. But he gets to one specific important word that has come up in that case before, that the Zells have mentioned, that comes up everywhere. A word this man would know. So I know he's saying it wrong on purpose. I want to say why, but that's a why with the period at the end, because I know why. Both those guys creep me out. Just saying, I noticed that. Dill, fake and gay utters. So if they are wearing a kilt, they are going commando. Yeah, that's what it is. A kilt means you're not wearing anything underneath it. I mean, like they're long. Like sometimes they come down past your knees. Sometimes just above your knees. So it's not like a man in a mini skirt and you can see his balls or something like that. Kilts are not meant to be worn super short like that. But they are free balling. So if it gets windy, if they feel like lifting up their kilt when they sit down, all fancy like, you're gonna get a free show. That's how you have to wear it. Just like how you have to wear underwear with other clothes, you have to not wear underwear with a kilt. Otherwise, you're a man in a dress, and then you're just gay. That you have to explain that to people. Now the Thursday show did start a half an hour later, but it was like 9:14, and I'm like, hey, just do 15 minutes more. And then Frank's like, hey, why don't we just do 15 minutes more? So it's like, we get 2 hours. Okay, cool. Awesome. We're already comfy. And somebody called in. I swear to God, all we heard. I thought they worked in maybe a pet shop, but it was too late for that. All we heard was birds chirping. I heard more birds chirping than the person talking, and other people noticed it too. It was so fucking noisy. Somebody was, just what the fuck, what's going on? I'm just, well, the caller's a bird. I thought they were in a tree. No, it's more than that. They are a bird, and all their friends are trying to talk over them. It was insane. And then the next caller, I remember, like, the girl's name was Rachel, I want to say, and like it was like quiet. There was no birds chirping. It was very nice. Jenna, maybe to get around censorship. It could be. And because probably reads news instead of watching it, don't know how to pronounce things. He doesn't know how to check his own setup either. And that was also Michael's birthday. As many times as I hear people talk about creeps, nobody's ever pronounced that word that way. Three dots, maybe pedos, a Greek root, probably not. It's like there's only two ways for a regular American, like a regular English speaking person to pronounce that word, whether it's the UK way or the English way. I know I said it wrong. I'm not gonna say here. Friday. Jim Lee fixed the monitors. So something happened. Frank, called her up at 3 in the morning crying, and they figured out it was just that cable. That's it. I don't know if it was an old cable. It's like just unplug it, plug it back in. They tried everything inside the computer. It was just literally the cable that got fixed. So Frank doesn't have the issue with his monitors anymore. But apparently, I don't know the age of the Pope, but something on the news about some lady saw who the Pope is and realized that she dated this man sometime in the past. And so that this girl is like, oh my God, like talking about her mom. Hey, mom, that guy you dated is the Pope now. And they're like freaking out, like maybe like the brother was there too. But I'm thinking, yeah, you just outed your mom for being a slut. But Lisa Gray called it a cardinal sin. Nice. Because they're birds. Do you have to be a cardinal before you're a pope? That means they're all birds. I don't know. I just know that the cardinals, they look like Campbell's soup cans because they're wearing white and red. That's all I remember about cardinals. Oh, I found a hack for you guys for keto brains. Ha ha! Check this out. Because, of course, if you've never ordered keto brains before, you can use promo code Frankly to get 20% off. But it's just a one time thing. You can't order your second bag, use the same code. It will not let you use it. It's just a one time thing. Okay, that's fine. Instead, do this. Pick out your stuff, put it in your cart, leave it there. I don't know, like not even a whole day. You're gonna get an email about it eventually in a few hours, but you'll get two emails from Keto Brains. One's gonna be for 15% off, but another one's for 20% off. Plus, you can get that mug that I was telling you about. I want to say every time I've ordered, like this last time I didn't order anything. I just put something in the cart just to just see what would happen. I wasn't going to order anything, this week from them. I've still got some left. But then I was getting those emails, so I took it out of the cart because I'm not buying anything right now. But my point is, they seem to offer that 20% off discount every time. And also with that offer to get the mug. So if you want anything from Keto Brains, put it in your cart, walk away. They'll send you an email. It's a lot of steps. It's a lot of steps. So the less frustrated you are, the easier it's going to be for you. But you put in the one promo code, you get your 20% off. Then a couple other steps later, you put in the second promo code, you get it's got like the brass knuckle for the fingers, and it looks like the cup's kind of bent out a little bit as if you're punching it. Um, that mug, you get it for free. That's why I can save 20% and get a mug from Keto Brains. That's just a life hack I found out from screwing around with the site. I don't know how big the mug is because it doesn't say on the website, and their website's very frustrating to use as is. But yeah, if you want to save 20 bucks on keto or 20% on Keto Brains, do it like that. Three dots. The new Pope is 69. Sweet. Um, like the 69th Pope, or he's gay. But yeah, Molly from Keto Brains was on. She was saying, I didn't know this because I don't know anything about her outside of the show, but she was saying how like she had been bigger before and she lost weight. That's great, but we need to know how much so we know how excited to be for you about that. Cause I mean, like like not to be rude or anything, but like because I am like this, I was bigger, but I'm smaller now, so you can kind of like see it in other people. Like there's just ways you can tell. Um, so like I kind of get that vibe from her, but like I don't know how tall she is. I don't know any like nothing. So like can you give us your height and your weight so we can like care about that information? Because like anytime somebody like gets healthier, I want to like sort of make a big deal about that because that's a good thing. But I want to know how excited to get about it. So like, did you lose 5 pounds? Did you lose 100 pounds? Like, what is it? Where are you at now? Are you trying to lose more? Are you like what? Just tell us that there's stuff there that we want to know. And she's just like skimming over like it doesn't like we want to know that like real people want to know these things. You're not like stop playing to the cheap seats and just talk to us. Jenny, yeah, she rubbed me the wrong way. Yeah, she there were a couple of points where I think she was attempting humor. Uh, kind of. It wasn't bad. There's people who have been on. There's let me like. I don't even want to say anything rude because like Frank has had people on his show that are air quotes comedians who have never made me laugh one time. And at least with Molly, like her makeup game was on point. I don't know nothing about makeup, but like her just the eyes and like the bit here. Like I don't know if she was doing foundation and all this kind of stuff, but like her eye makeup was on point. Eyebrows were looking great. I was honestly kind of not really paying attention to anything because I was thinking about the announcement that Frank was going to make because he told us about it a couple of weeks ago. I was thinking about it all week, trying not to, trying because I was just getting anxious about it, but it was all I could think about on Friday. So I was kind of not paying attention to what was going on, half of it, and it's already hard for me to pay attention this week anyway. So like a lot of what they were saying was just in one ear and out the other. I I would need to know what Frank was going to tell us. Jenna, see, that's what I'm not sure about. Like, cause like those could be her real cheeks. Cause you say maybe plastic surgery. People were talking about fillers and stuff like that. Not like her lighting is like from the side, so like we can see like the one side of her face really well. I mean, like she's well lit anyway, but you can tell like a window's open or something like that. Danny, yeah, she was kind of shiny too. So like I don't know, like because everybody uses air conditioning except for me. So why was our AC not on? It is like is that a dewy look she was going for, or was it just the lighting doing that? Like I've just so many like it sounds like bitchy things to say. Maybe like I don't mean it to like cut down the way she looks. I just want to know why the lighting turned out that way. It's different for guys and girls too, because guys just sit in front of a camera. Girls have to do more. So, like from a filming standpoint, I want to know like what's going on. Yeah, her lips look fake. Yeah, her lips are quite. Um, I want to say they look bigger than mine, and mine are too big. It's no, it's I don't like that look. It gets kind of circusy, and it's not cute. It's not cute when your lips are so big that you cannot wear a red lipstick. Just like your stereotypical red, like anybody else. Can't do that because I look like a fucking pair of wax lips. Hate that. Fucking hate my lips. I hate that I gotta put on goddamn Carmex. Not sponsored. The whole fucking show. Nothing but problems. And then if you go outside in the winter, you get more like chapping you have to worry about. It's nothing but trouble. So I like why do you want your lips like that? If you're not born with it, why make it worse? So I just I don't know. I don't understand. Yeah, she was talking really fast and using jargon, some jargon I knew, but most I didn't. She does have to, she kind of talks over our heads. Like, we don't know what all of these words mean, so you have to explain the definitions because I forget what ketosis means. If anybody can sum up what ketosis means in something shorter than a tweet, it should be her and it should be able to stick in my head. So I was waiting to hear those words and they never happened. Bill Cooper, better her mom hooked up with the Pope than her dad. Like, Dad? You know him, right? Oh, god damn it. So how'd you find out your dad was gay? Well, Jenna, she should use powder on the face, lol. Yeah, just to stop the shininess. Like that's why I like most I can do is just like pat it away with like a tissue, but that's what you're not supposed to look. You're not supposed to have moisture on your face unless it's your lips or possibly your eyelids if you're going for that look. Yeah, and all these people, Wally, I'll get to Frank's announcement. But what, like all these people with all of their like diseases and taking your medications, and they got their phobias, and you gotta just all these things that people have wrong with them. I think they're faking for attention just so a doctor can say, "Oh, by the way, you have ADHD," just so you have a reason to be hyper all the time, just to give you an excuse to act that way when there's really nothing wrong with you. You just want society to treat you differently So you go along with these made up disorders and get on medication. Like, oh, I'm like you because I'm sick, right? Like, that's the thing. Everybody wants to be sick. People act like they want something wrong with them. So they have to tell other people around them. So they get fake sympathy points because nobody really cares about them because they're just that shallow. It's maybe people have always been that way, but you really do see it a lot. Dilla, she bugged me too. Do you think she really keeps track of all of her supplements and symptoms? Sounds exhausting and complicated. I know her business does not keep up with returning emails. Jenna, I don't know. Maybe she uses AI, lol. Dill. Three dots saying to Dill, hate to be this way, but agreed on the supplements, etc. Most things are stress management, genetics, avoiding buses. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, there are people who are genuinely sick, and then you have people who are, pretending to be sick just because society will, I don't know, give them a handicap sticker. I don't want to be sick. I bring up the fact that, like, I forget that there are, like, even though I've had my back's been fucked up since I was 10 years old, and even though I've had delete yourself depression for 10 years, I forget that I'm crippled and depressed almost every day. I have to remind myself of those things. Like, why do I sit this way? Oh, because if I sit another way, it'll hurt. Why am I tired all the time when I take all of this caffeine and all of these supplements and all these keto brains? Oh, wait, it's because of the violent depression. I forget about that every single day. And this is stuff that's been going on, at least my back, for over 30 years. So I don't understand why people want to be sick and get sympathy for it. Like, I bring up stuff that's wrong with me because some people just like hide it and hide it and hide it. And then one day you find out like they're super sick or something super wrong and they were like, "Oh my god, I didn't know." Well, I talk about it because some other people might be afraid to. That's what it is. They're afraid to talk about it. They never get help. And then suddenly you're reading about them in the paper like, "Oh my god, I didn't know anything was wrong." So maybe it will encourage people to like get help or talk about it because there's a way out of depression for every last person. I do believe that. Whether or not life wants to give you those things is a completely separate issue, but I do believe there is a way, and it's different for everybody. You just have to find it. So it's not like I'm like proud of it, but I would not like someone else to feel as bad as I do and not try to feel better because you can not be depressed all the time. I believe there is a way for everybody. William Bill Cooper, someone an excuse for their behavior too. Yep. Oh, I didn't mean that. I only said that because I was mad. I only did that because no, like you're an asshole all the time. You just happen to be mad on top of it. Fuck you. So yeah, exactly. Yeah. Jenna, every symptom needs a DSM code for insurance to cover it. You're fucking not kidding, man. Oh my god. Oh, I bumped my elbow. I need some FMLA. But Frank's announcement was September. Now he did say I wrote down 8:22 p.m. so you can go back and watch the Friday show, May 9th, because I was writing stuff down and Frank was saying a lot and I'm just trying to like get down everything and sometimes I write down stuff out of order. But September 6th, it's a Saturday at a place called Garcia's. It's in Westchester, New York. Um, Now we did say something about September 5th, which is a Friday. Like he might have said something about a meet and greet. I'm not too sure about that. He gave no times, but this is Saturday, September 6th. There's going to be tickets that are going to be going on sale for it, and they'll be on sale first to let like the people who are already sponsoring, quite frankly. And then I don't know when that's going to be. And then after that, like whatever tickets are left will be available for everybody else. There's only 160 tickets. Again, the sponsors come first. Um, he doesn't know how fast they're going to sell out. So if you are a sponsor for Quite Frankly, this is something I'm sure I'm just telling you what you already know. You probably know more than I do. So if you're in on that and you do want to go, get in on it, uh, part of me thinks that there are 160 people who are going to jump on those tickets before anybody else gets a chance to. Since it is such a teeny tiny venue, they will need to live stream at least an hour of it, or I will go off, or they can just not stream any of it. It's a Saturday, I gotta work that day anyway. It'll be a regular day for me. But again, something about and like maybe Keto Brains is sponsoring. There's food. They're gonna have food. Um, well, like healthy food. It's not like McDonald's and stuff like that. And I know Frank said some other stuff. I just couldn't like my head is just not in a place to go back and watch it earlier or something like that. I wouldn't have any more information for you than what I wrote down at the time. Uh, so yeah, that's gonna be he did mention something about like getting other maybe he said personalities or I think what he said is something like maybe like guests that we've seen on the show he wants showing up there. I'm just going off what he said. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to give you the wrong information. I'm trying to go off of my shitty memory. uh and Friday night was 2 days ago for me now. So yeah, I sort of knew it was going to be something like that. And I wish you would have told us earlier in the week so I had time to think about it. But we just found out, and that I literally went to bed, so I've had no time to process that information. Um, let me read this over here. Wheelable Cooper said, I called dibs on the couch in Studio A. 160 tickets available for the Saturday. Yep. And yeah, people have world revolves around me syndrome. They really do. Like the main character syndrome. Yeah, like you're not that special. Nobody is. Three dots. So true, Nikki. That's a really positive way to handle it head on. Yeah. It's like dealing with demons in dreams. If you look them dead in the face and call them up for what they are, they vanish. It's the same principle, except I'm awake. Dill, we're all going, right? Exactly. Jenna, I'm not a sponsor. Yep, same. I used to give super chats years ago, and it costs more than being a sponsor. LOL. Yeah, yeah. YouTube super chats. Google takes 30%. If you do want to super chat a comment to Frank and have him read it, quite frankly, superchat.com. That's why he bought it. We owe you, Bill Cooper. Yes, Frank mentioned VIPs for everyone to meet at the Saturday event. Wally said, thanks, Nikki. I remember that now that you mentioned it. Yeah, cool. Because the whole time, like, oh, okay, I know Molly from Keto Brains was part of it. Are you going to talk about it when she's on? So I was, again, not listening. I was just waiting for that announcement, and it didn't come until, like, we had 40 minutes to go. So, Jenna, I remember the last time seeing Matt was on with Juicy J. He kept giving bad looks. Matt was or Jay was? Poor Matt McCat was so tired. Oh, Frank had a thing on talking about people looked older back in the day when they were younger, and then folks in the chat room were, say like people did try to look older when they were, like you're 17, you're trying to look 25. You want people to respect you and think you're an adult. Plus, people were like drinking and smoking a lot younger too. So maybe there's like, fewer 10-year-olds hitting the whiskey bottle these days. But I remember I looked younger when I wasn't dead inside. I've got pictures of myself that I can't look at now because it was before any of this happened. It was like October 10th or 11th, 2014. Can't look at that picture. So maybe people were just dead inside younger back then. That's why they looked older when they were younger. Like look at like they have film now. Like look at these teenagers and they're maybe like 16, 17 years old and it's the 80s, but they look like they're 25. Oh, Matt giving Jay and Frank bad looks. Jenna said, yeah. Okay. John Rogers, same weekend as Cruising by the Bay. Got my registration notice today. Yeah, Cruising by the Bay. That sounds like so much fun. Like I've never been on a booze cruise. Did I felt like Matt left out or felt left out of the conversation? Probably, yeah. They got to bring it because, like, you got, like Jay Gulanello, vampire, all this hyper energy, all this stuff, and then you got Matt McCat, who was a cat. And those are just two wildly different things. You gotta find a way to even it out, or maybe just have one on instead of the other, since it's such a wildly different vibe. And apparently, fasting the way I do it is correct because Jay was saying that what people do, like their stomach starts making noise and they eat, and that's bad. You're supposed to do this is what I've always done. It's like your stomach will be making noise, but then it just kind of slowly travels down and away, and then it doesn't make noise anymore. And apparently, that's taking bad stuff down out of my body. So I've been doing it right this whole time. I didn't realize it. I know what I'm doing. Uh, I wrote down 8:43 p.m. That's when he said it. So yeah, I've been doing it right this whole time. Oh, Michael, dang, did I miss a spicy little stream? No, I haven't missed anything. What else? Somebody commented, they're like, now we know Timothy Alberino is a cat, but then they accused Jay Gulanello of being a vampire. So this is not coming from me. Other people are picking up on the vampire thing. And he kind of laughed it off. Sure, I can eat garlic, but he didn't eat any garlic right then. Make him wear some silver. So yeah, he's just making it look. He's just making himself look more like a vampire by saying he eats garlic. We don't believe that. And then Frank brought up the fact that other people don't know about Tim Cat, but we do. And then this actually happened to Jay Gulanello. He was in a restaurant in Boston. That's funny for Dark Shadows people. And this guy kind of like waved him over out of line, like, "Hey, you come here!" Like like took his order special. Guy sits down. The guy who took his order sat down with Jay's like, "Hey, listen, like you can tell me, are you a vampire?" And the guy was being dead serious. So that's a real thing that happened to Jay Gulanello in Boston. Somebody thought he was a vampire, and I'm sure that person had to have been a Dark Shadows fan. What's up, Papa Groovy? Glad you made it. For that to happen in that town, we don't know what year. I assume sometime after 1967, because we don't really know how old Jay Gulanello is. Sorry, Jupiter Gulanello. I've been saying it wrong. That's a real thing. And then so I said, Jay. Oh, this I forgot. I'm glad I wrote this down. Jay. Yeah, I can spell J. Okay, yeah. I'll spell it over here too. So stupid. J Vampirello. It's dumb. It works. It fits. It's got that E in there. Michael just said, I lost it. I said, Nikki, you're vindicated out loud. Am I a vindicator? I haven't seen that episode in forever. Yeah, forgot about that. I can say that another time. Fuck Longhorn Steakhouse. I should have said that the last time or the time before, but they fucked up my order the last three times. I told you about finding hair in my French fries. Another time, my steak was so thin by the time I got it home, it was cold, so I had to speed run that meal. And then the last time, they put no seasoning on my steak at all, 0%. So I had to tell them about themselves. I said, as soon as I'm done with these gift cards, I'm done with you guys. This is unacceptable. Three times in a row. It's not even tourist season yet. I put that part in there. And they've got some great employees. I hate to say that. One girl knows me and they're on site because I go in there so much. But they're fucking up in that kitchen something fierce. So don't go to Longhorn Steakhouse in Sandusky, Ohio, unless you want to have a bad time. It's up to you. Michael was very stoned, to be fair. Nice. So as far as the meetup goes, like they really should record it since so many people can't go. Um and I don't mean like, just somebody like holding their phone shakily and like showing us stuff for an hour and then you set down your phone and we can't see the rest. Like no, set up some cameras somewhere. If you got some entertainment, film it. Like it doesn't even have to be live. You can edit it and premiere it later if it's that much information. But I'm just thinking like either like go live that night so we can see it, or just don't do anything at all because I'll have to work that night. So I'm just trying to think ahead because I've got to work that night. And I don't know what's going to go on with the Friday before. Frank's going to be doing something, so Frank might maybe not have to do a show that Friday, so I would be on. Because clearly I cannot go to New York. I have uh first of all, I don't think there's going to be tickets available after the people who sponsor, quite frankly, buy them up. I don't know how much. That's like a year, not a year. That's just slightly a month before New Year's Day. I don't know how much money will be left by then. Michael, I'm not glad to hear about Nikki's Longhorn troubles. Yeah, I cannot remember the last time I had a good meal that was warm and did not have hair in it. So even when I do get to eat, it's a bad time. But thankfully, if I can make it to tomorrow at noon, it will have been 2 weeks since my stomach gave me any trouble. And 2 weeks for me is basically 4 weeks. That's a month. So I can just act like it's been a month and not worry about my stomach anymore. Oh, we owe you Bill Cooper. Jugular Vampirello. Nice. Oh, that was so good. Danny said, I'm usually a bit drunk by the end of the show. Yeah, good. Yeah, nothing like I do let a lot of stuff, like a lot of things are water under the bridge with me just because, a lot of things are not worth thinking about, getting mad about, feeling any kind of way about it. It's just like stuff that happens and floats on by. But then there are those, everybody has those certain topics where, like, you cannot touch on these topics for 1 second because you're just instantly going to piss somebody off. Doesn't matter how, you could have just, found $1,000, but like, but fuck Fred up the street, fuck that guy. Like, it just doesn't matter. You're just always going to be mad about certain people, situations, things. And just, like, you just go from zero to murder about it. And if there's one thing in the Frankly verse that just will like 100% piss me off, so there's no point in even thinking about it. Like, don't just like if all something's gonna do is piss you off or make you sad, just don't even mess with it. But if there is one thing, it's that Yep, Papa Groovy, the show must go on. Toodles, much love to all. Yep, the show must go on. But the one thing in the Frankly verse that pisses me off more than anything, I would say, is when other Franklys get to meet Franklys. Can't even say the words. It pisses me off so much. I'll never get to do that. I've gotten to meet a handful of folks and it's great, but it pisses me off that I've been around so long and met so few of you. Like my temperature is rising. I'm so pissed off. Michael, I was basically drunk since I almost died during COVID. Um, did you get into a car accident or did you like take like something in the last 5 years that made you ill? If you can handle the hangover, go ahead and drink. I stopped drinking because I can't take a whole day off and do absolutely nothing since that just happens on its own now. Taking a downer when you're depressed does not make you feel it. It doesn't like two downs are not equal and up, so you're not going to feel better after that. Thank you. Oh my god. Um, it's a Jenna. She said a cha-ching, lol. Thank you. Oh my god, that cracks me up. Oh, thanks. I wish they made those apps in dark mode. But yeah, like I was saying, it like check out quite frankly dot TV for his schedule for his start times because it's always being updated. Again, he's got like 3 days this week where it says the start time is at 7:30, and then there is no Saturday show at Quite Frankly. It seems to have been rescheduled. So it's just gonna be basically a regular full week, just a few late start times. And then yeah, and then the following week, that's when Frank's off for most of it. So this will be the week to make sure you get the Prestige watched. Frank's going to be doing that on the 19th, so not this Monday coming up, but the following Monday. That'll be after Quite Frankly, and it's free, so I'll be there. Oh wait a minute. I think Frank said, pardon me. I want to say Frank said that there's going to be a public book club, but I didn't catch the month or the book or if it's a public book club or not, and I might have just made that up. I don't remember, so maybe I disregard that, but maybe there might be one. I just forget. Frank said it at the last show. Yeah, Nikki looked like a headless Nikki for a moment. LOL. I have a flexible neck. Michael, I got a bacterial infection throughout my body from working in a mask. Oh, fuck that. A surgeon punched a hole in my lung, pulled all my teeth. Things got bad. Yeah, surgeons, why my back's fucked up today. 3 dots, Michael. That sounds awful. Did you at least get some cool wooden teeth with gold caps like George Washington? Dandy said, oh, damn, fuck the mask. I made one out of thin nylon underwear. Totally breathable, lol. William Bill Cooper been reading Michael's chat on YouTube. Damn, man, you've been through it. Oh, yeah, dude, that's rough. It sounds like 2018 when I blew up my back and then couldn't sit in a chair anymore. Yeah, that was a full ass busy week. Do try to start watching Dark Shadows if you want to follow along. I don't know exactly how much I'll be able to cover every single night. Of course, if people want more information than what I'm giving, I can do that. If there are points where I will like wander off a topic and talk about, certain like actors and actresses, things like that. There's stuff I don't know about the 60s. I'll bring that up too. So all of that is coming up this month. Check out Jabberwocky. We'll be watching that for this channel, but that's after Frank does his film club. Ours is at the end of the month. Then I'm always taking suggestions for films for us to watch, so you can put those in the comments of any video, any tweet, any post. I'll get those. They all show up in the same place on my phone. Yeah, it's been a year of live shows. I got my box set of Dark Shadows, and then I had to go through every single disc and get all of like the pages and stuff lined up. So that was my first show. Jen, I won't be watching it. Doesn't appeal to me. LOL. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I don't know. I'll just find out the hard way, and then I guess if it sucks, I can just go to the movie review and just say that for an hour or over long. Fuck this scene and fuck the next scene. Okay, this scene's good, but this scene is terrible. Who wrote? No, just it's. I'm sure it's not that bad. Oh, John Rogers saying to Michael, just be glad they didn't cut your skull open. That happened to happened to him 2 years ago. Just chopping away in there. The zombies try to get to him in the brain, but so that had to like grow together and close back up. Three dots. Love my first Nikki and Carlin experience. Great to see y'all. And Nikki, your laugh is everything I hoped it would be. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks for coming to the channel, checking out the show. I'm glad you liked it. It's not like, quite frankly, we don't. I don't have any lava lamps or intermissions or editing or music. I can talk about some music, but I really should not sing. One, for copyright, two, because of the way my voice sounds. So now that's not why people show up. I actually don't know why people show up. The first time I went live, it was at 2 in the afternoon, and I didn't know. I don't know what people do at 2 in the afternoon any day of the week, but it was like maybe a Tuesday or something, and people showed up, and it's people have been showing up for a year. It's the wildest thing. I wouldn't want to do anything else. So the only reason I can go live is because of you guys. So if you guys don't show up, then I don't have anything to do on a Saturday. What do people do with this? It's been a year of doing live shows. What the hell would I go back to just doing nothing? So I can't do that. John Rogers said I'm pretty much still learning to read again. It's crazy because for whatever happened to his brain, he can still like remember stuff he did like leading up to like before he fell out, where like I would imagine like your brain would like maybe erase that stuff or like try to like make you not remember it to I don't know, like spare you from the pain. I don't know. Just the way brains work. That's like the way my brain works. Like depressed versus not depressed. So all that stuff is fascinating to me. The way that like the human mind can like cover up memories, but they're always still there. You just have to find a way to unlock them. Michael said, if Nikki laughs, we don't need keto brains. you know. Hopefully you don't get like the jitters from the lion's mane in it. But yeah, if you are depressed, try more caffeine. That sort of gets it. It doesn't give you more energy. It just makes you stop thinking about the bad stuff for a couple of hours. That's really what's getting me through. Everything is still kind of like the same a bit. Maybe things will be better with my stomach next week. We'll see. But I think getting on the right track with the channel as far as like putting out the content that I promised a year ago is going to help me. It's going to help. Oh, John Ryder's math skills are still good. Good. I'm forgetting how to. I'm losing my ability to do math. Oh, William Bill Cooper said happy anniversary, Nikki. Thank you. Oh yeah, Dale. Oh yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Yeah, happy Mother's Day. Happy not a Mother's Day. To the guys, it would be weird if you're a guy and a mom. I mean, I know it does happen. Jen, I had a midlife crisis in the early '90s. Bad times. Oh, I had it head on though and came out of it. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah. Happy Mother's Day. If you don't know your mom's birthday, I guess this would be the time to celebrate it. Yeah, so I'm glad everybody had a couple extra hours on I believe it's Saturday. That was just my email chiming off. Do the Keto Brains trick if you want to get 20% off. That seems to be an all the time thing with them. Michael said, it's always good to see you online, John. Thanks for always going out of your way to say hi. It means a lot. Yeah, John Rogers, yeah, happy Mother's Day. Dandy said, thanks, Nikki. Good night, everyone. Yeah, everybody, take it easy. Get some good sleep. Eat until it hurts. Like it feels like you're starting to like get your ribs pushed out. Eat that much. Sleep as much as you can. Sleep in if you can. Go to bed early if you can. Have some chocolate. Sit on the floor. Read. Think. Get things done. Do more than lying in bed all day listening to the same song on repeat because you don't want to have to mess with the commercials that keep popping up every 2 damn minutes now. Yeah, what to go to. Thank you so much. Yeah, have a good night, everybody. Don't forget your pants. You're going to need them all week, quite frankly. And that's going to be our last full week, quite frankly, for 2 weeks. So get your fill in next week. Any I don't know what we're supposed to do to Frank jokes or something like that. It's just the middle of May. Michael, thank you, Nikki. Really appreciate the birthday wishes. Yeah, have a great birthday. If you get birthday spankings, like say if you turn 50, you're supposed to get one extra spank for good luck, so you'd be getting like 51. So Frank always gets 70 slaps on his ass for his birthday. That's how that works. Dale said Nikki's research low dose naltrexone. My gynecologist prescribed it. It changed my life. Why would a guy be going to a gynecologist? No, I know you're. I'm gonna look that. I don't have a gynecologist, but I'm still gonna look that up now. TREXONE. Oh, I can't even write letters when I'm live. I can't type when I'm live either. Good to know. Thanks for being on my side, Brain. Michael, yeah, a year already? It's crazy how fast time goes. Like, it feels like it hasn't been. It feels like it's been 6 months. It feels like it's been 2 years. It's crazy just the way if it wasn't written down, I wouldn't believe it. It's the wildest thing, and it's all because of you guys. So yeah, thank you all. Thanks for supporting the show. Thanks for hitting the like button, for being Frankly's. Stay based, stay sexy. Daddy, yeah, because it's a guy gynecologist. Yeah. I've only ever been to male gynecologists. I figure they had to pay attention more in school, but again, I haven't gone in so many. It's all the same stuff. It hasn't relocated. I don't know why. You don't have to check on it. If something moved, I would have noticed it. I don't have problems there. Out of everything else, that's okay. Michael, time's for sure accelerating. It's just that when you get older, it feels like time goes faster. And the more time you spend online, it ages you. So you're going to be like, if you got online when you were 40 and now you're 50, they're probably like closer to 75. That's just how that works. Time's so interesting. But yeah, this ran over. I didn't want it to. Love seeing you guys. Take it easy. Dill said I'm not a guy. I knew you were a girl, but I'm like, wait a minute. It just default. You have to assume everybody's a guy online. Like, yeah, that cloud looks like a shark tooth. Easy one. So I will see you guys next week at the chat room. And yeah, we'll do something pretty similar to this a week? A week from today. Michael, yeah, the volume of data that we consume for sure warps time. We just consume so much and process so much, and it just like the how much, and not even news cycles, just cycles of information. Period, come at us. We don't realize it. Like it ages us, like it can mature you, but it can, or it can just like age you. So it depends how you let it affect you. John Rogers, oh, bad enough I had to do the test for colon cancer. Oh no. Did they take a selfie in there? That's terrible. We didn't find nothing. Oh yeah, I can't end my show. I can't get to the stop button. But yeah, love you guys. Take it easy. Until next time.